see it.
We should be pulling up. If you guys happen to see us, jump on, say hi. Let us know in the comments. We're trying to get those up. Make sure that everything's working smoothly this fine Friday. Do a refresh, Tabatha. Sometimes that helps. All right. Do you see it, Tabatha?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, welcome everyone. I hope everyone's enjoying your Friday thus far. It's Friday, so that's something to be grateful for, right? If you guys happen to see us, jump on.
Okay, now I gotta turn this down.
There you go. Yep, slide that down. Good. You found the thing. So we could see you in the comments. So everyone say hi to Tabatha. Tabatha is, of course, one of our creative partners. Tell us where you're from, Tabatha. Introduce yourself. I know this is your first live, so.
I am from Ionia, Michigan, and I've been with Kiwi Lane for since 2017.
Love it. How long have you been? Are you prefer, like, what's your first love? Scrapbooking, card making, DIY crafts?
I really enjoy card making. That's why I decided to do this event.
I think that's great. I think I love having a crop that's for card making. It's been a while since we've had like a crop for card making, but I was just making some cards today using my scraps from the March Kiwi Club kit, which is not March yet, guys. It's still February. So they're so much fun. And yeah, so I'm going to turn it over to you, and you can see the comments. Everything's good? Tabatha?
Okay.
Yes, perfect. You're good. Oh, I love that idea book too. Are you going to be using the card making idea book?
Yes, I'm gonna be I actually already designed 9 cards, and I don't have them all put together yet, but I just wanted to kind of be ready. And I'm using the card kit Oh Happy Day, and I went through the book, and I have some pages that I picked to design, are some cards out of the pages, and yeah, I'm excited for this.
I'm excited too. All right, I will join you on the other end, and I'm going to turn the time over to you. I'm excited, Tabatha. All right.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining. I can't see any comments though. That's the only thing. Why can't I see comments? Don't know why I can't see comments. I can't see comments. Oh, bummer. This is the first time that I have ever done a live, so please bear with me. I've been pretty nervous all day. I should have practiced. I was gonna, but I work full time, and I do this part time. I wanted to just show you a picture of myself. This is me and my husband. I don't want to turn my camera and mess it up. We had a little bit of difficulty getting started, but we've been married for 15 years in June. And just wanted to show you, give a face with the name, and then we can get started. Okay, so what I did when I'm making cards, I'm not one of those types that will just go by exactly the design. I like to take a piece of the design and just kind of create my own. So the first one that I want to show you, this is from page 45. So page 45 of our idea book. Maybe my nerves will calm down here, but so what I did was I actually put this one all together. You can see on page 45, what I did was, so in the kits, we get all of this paper. And so what I did was I started with my my card, and then I actually have a scoreboard that I bought from another company. And I always like to score my cards because it's easier for it to fold. And then I start out with that. And then what I did was I took, so with this, I gotta remember to keep it all in the middle. This particular card. I already grabbed all that, I got the wrong packet. Okay. This card here, as you can see, just a note to lift your spirits. So what I did was what I do is I kind of look at, okay, where is my sentiment? And then I flip through the book, and page 45, this amazing stood out to me because I'm just going to go straight across with my design. So so the cool thing about this book is, it takes some of the guesswork out of what templates do I need to use. So I knew I needed to start out with Blissful for my border here. And so I hope you guys can see me. So if you can see that, I decided I was gonna trace this and cut this, and that was the start of my design through that idea with this amazing here. Then I saw that there's a border up here at the top, so I wanted to stick with that theme. And I love using strips. I use a lot of strips in my cards, and tiny accents as well. So like I said, I totally went rogue, but I did start out with Blissful. Those of you who are new to Kiwi Lane, we trace, we cut, we ink. I basically do those things. I rarely go without inking. I love the way it looks, and it distinguishes the different paper. It really makes it pop. And so I start out there, and I use, if there's a straight line, I'm gonna rarely cut that. I'm just gonna use my cutter. Start out with that, and then I'm gonna cut that out. A lot of ladies call this fussy cutting. As I mentioned, when I first started with Kiwi, it was in 2017. I had never been a paper crafter at that time. I was invited to a weekend crop actually, with my aunt had invited me, and I was like, what is a crop? I had no idea. So I went to this crop, and Nancy Gagney, Nancy, if I said your last name wrong, I'm sorry. She was at this crop, and she is a Kiwi Lane representative, and she was, I made a card with her, and I instantly fell in love with this product. And I was like, how can I get involved? And I've been involved ever since. I would say I'm not in it full time, because I do have a full-time job. But I do like to share it with my friends, and and I love to make the cards, and I give these cards out a lot. People ask me about them, where'd I get them? I say I make them, and they're just like, whoa, how did you do that? And then that's kind of like my open up. So I just share. I don't really sell. That's just my story there. So one of the things that I wanted to make sure I mentioned today is that our new product the green Dauber. I love this tool. The brown Daubers seem to shred a lot, and these green Daubers, the pad on them just hold up so much better. And I do a little, I do a lot on some things. It just depends on how much I want it to pop away from the other paper. Okay, so here's my card. This is, oh, what did I do? Oh no, I did this. Oh no. You know what? It's okay. I did not mess up a thing, because here's my card. And I'm just gonna start out with that. This is the beauty of working with paper. You really can't mess it up because there's always a way to cover it up, I guess, if you want to say. I do that so many times. I'm a cover up queen. So I guess I'm gonna put this on top instead, which will be just fine. It's not gonna really matter. So now I'm gonna start. I want my air balloons to be going up, not down. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm starting that out here. And I am tracing. Ooh. I need to kind of slow down a little bit here. I wish I would have figured out a way to see everybody's comments. I use computers a lot, but I'm not as tech savvy as I would like to be. So maybe next time, if I ever do one of these again, I'll figure out how to see that, because I was really hoping to interact with you so that I could ask you, what you think looks best on some of the designs that I have started. So I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna cut this off first. I always, for the most part, I try to save every single piece of paper, and I try to keep it, long ways. I use a ton of strips, and I also decorate the inside, and I will show you here in a moment what I did to that particular card. I know we all have our preference on scissors. I do have the Jim Holes scissors. I do use these. I've been trying to get used to them, but when I first started out, I found these really super cheap scissors, and they just fit my hands perfect. So I pretty much, these are my go-to sears, and I can whip through things pretty quickly. Okay, so don't have to do the long side because it's going to be covered. Stuff out of my way here. That's one thing. I'm a little messy when I'm doing this. I try not to be for the demonstration of this. So here we are. And here's my card that I had created. So this strip right here, I'm going to use it to go right in the middle here that I could cut off. And then I decided to use this paper here. It was on the back side. That's why I love this product, because the paper is just, it's so nice, thick, and just the colors and the patterns that have been pre-selected for us, they all match, and that just really takes the guesswork out of it. So I'm going to do a little small strip here because I don't want to, I just want it to be another extra layer. And it's going to go right there. Then I decided to do an air balloon. This is a la carte, our little air balloon a la carte. And on the back side of this paper here, where it's got the, some ideas, is this particular paper that I selected to draw this. So this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, where I always want to try to save my long strips. So instead of tracing it this way, I'm going to trace it long way this way, because then it's going to give me all this extra paper to do things with later. And that's just kind of me, how I do that. I tend to go ahead and like to work with smaller paper. So I'm getting rid of that out of my way, and gonna trace that. So with my card that I decided to do, as you can see, I decided not to make it all one color paper. I really, like I said, I really like the layers. So we don't necessarily have to trace this whole thing. We can actually start it from right on the end here. Whoop, make sure I get my balloon in there though. And this. And let's see. Silence is kind of, I don't know if that's going to bore you if I'm kind of silent as I'm talking along here. But I have this paper left over. So now I'm just going to, all I need to do is draw out the bottom, the basket of the design. And I'm just gonna get it up to the edge there of where I want it. Ugh. I have a hard time sometimes with the sliding of the templates, but I get through it. And let's see, once you get this done. So you can do this a couple of different ways. You could have left some of this on the bottom and then you have something to glue it to. But since I'm gonna be putting it on fully on my card here, I really didn't need to have anything else to go with, for it to glue to other than the paper underneath it. And once I started designing this, I was like, it needs something else. It just needs, the balloon's cute, the air balloon's cute, but it just needed a little more pop for me. So what I decided to do was this little charm template. I absolutely love this thing. I use this a lot on my cards. It's just a really good template. It's fun. It's I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. It's actually fun to cut out too. Some people look at me going, "What? You like to do all that fussy cut?" They call it. And I'm like, yeah, it's very therapeutic for me. It really is. What I do for a living is I'm a human resource generalist. I'm in HR. For those of you who understand what I'm talking about, as far as my career, I am constantly all day long just bombarded with people's issues, problems, questions. I love my job. I really do. I love to help people. But when I'm making my cards, it's really therapeutic for me just to sit and just have almost like a mindless task. It's just, it's just for me, it's therapeutic. When I first started learning how to cut out Kiwi Lane, I watched a lot of videos. When I first started learning how to make things, like I said, I was never a paper crafter. I knew nothing. It was pretty comical being at that first crop. And I actually took a sewing project because I didn't have paper crafts. And I fell in love, like I said. And so I don't know where I was going with that, but this is a trick that Susan, was one of her videos, showed how to cut out this type of flower, or you just go, as you noticed, I went all the way around it, cutting that first, and then I started now I'm cutting out the petal parts. There was somebody on our on Facebook community the other day asking a question about which side of the lines do you cut? Well, as you can see, I'm cutting on both sides. I don't always stay to one side, such as like here, and then I would have to turn it, then twist it, and then cut it. It works. It's just I just find the technique that Susan had taught so much faster and easier, I guess, if you will. And voila, that's how quick those can be cut out. Now I'm gonna ink everything, the rest of my stuff that I haven't inked yet. With this, what did I do? Oh, okay. I don't have to do that side because I got a little bit of blue left over on this on accident. I just kind of got a little excited and didn't cut all of the blue off, but that's okay. It's going to be covered anyway. I'm going to cover it with another strip. So there's that. And then these little strips are so fun to ink. I don't mind them. They are a little difficult though to kind of hold on to. I end up getting ink on my fingers a lot, but it's okay. Doesn't bother me to have ink on my fingers. It washes off, right? So I figured what I would do in this couple of hours of this event is not so much do every single card. I actually have cheated a little bit, and I've already pre-cut everything out. So I thought that would be a little bit easier, showing you the templates and then just pre-cutting it. This this here, inking it, a lot of people say it's a little hard to get in there, but I like what it creates, because as you're bending these petals to get your dauber in there, what it's doing is it's bending the paper and it's creating a natural looking flower, I guess, if you will call it that. And you'll see what I mean in a second here, if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about. Now, a lot of you on here probably have used this product multiple times, so hope I'm not boring anybody. Okay, so what I was talking about is, see how now it's kind of like petaled up. So it's kind of just makes it pop. And what I decided to do is to add another dimension to this balloon, air balloon. And instead of the flat. And get that done. Okay. Okay, now this is almost ready to be glued down. I got my flower. Here I use this tool here that I got at, I don't even know, Joann's or somewhere. It's a 1-inch round. I use this all the time on putting like centers into flowers. Just makes it so much easier to use. I just, whoop, done. And it's perfectly round. And there we have it. There's my card. Now I just need to, all right, I just need to glue it all down. Now, I'm not sure what type of glues that you guys like. I find that I've made cards with all different types of adhesives, and then I found that I pull them out 3-4 months, 6 months later to go pass them out to somebody to mail it or give it to somebody, and the adhesive has just disintegrated, or and it all just falls apart, and then I have to glue it all back together. So lately, I really have been using two-sided tape, is what I've been using quite a bit lately. Two-sided tape and permanent glue. And you really don't need a ton. This stuff, once you put it on there, it's really tough to get off. I mean, I could have added more if I wanna, but I mean, really, it's not gonna matter that these edges are not glued down, because it's gonna stay down. All right, got that. And now I'm going to add down. And I'm gonna I hope you guys can still see me. I'm trying to stay in this square because we had, like I said, had technical difficulty. Couldn't get my phone to go sideways for some reason. It's one thing is I always want to be careful about getting it on the edge, just so. Now these little strips, I use glue. I use this Tombow liquid glue. Stuff works really super good. And I hope you all are crafting along with me. I guess that's the point of having these, is it's an open crop. So wish I could interact and ask what type of projects you're working on. So I have that, and this, I'm just going to use this two-sided tape right in the center. It's all I need. Oops, I forgot to ink my little circle. And ink my basket. I kind of try to figure out where do I want to put this hot air balloon. I said I kind of got ahead of myself earlier and did the wrong border on the top. My other sample that I made actually had more balloons because it was wider. But I think that's gonna look pretty good right there in between all of those other balloons. And then that'll place this right about there. Or I could put it up. No, I think I want it down here. Oh, that's the beauty of the play to create system. You know, even after you get your stuff all cut, you can change your mind. You can say, no, that don't look good there. No, yeah, let me put it there. It's kind of, I talk to myself all the time when I'm making these cards. I'm in the basement right now, in my little craft area. My husband's always laughing at me. I go upstairs and he's like, oh, you talk to yourself a lot. Yes, I do. I think right there looks good. I'm going to use glue on this little guy here because I think it'll just hold better. And there we go. Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, that's okay. So what I did with my other sample here is I decided to make a little bow and add that as well. And there's a couple different ways you can do that. I could have actually started it underneath and then tied it, but I prefer to make my bows and then glue them on because then they seem to like go sideways on me if I don't. Oh, where's my stuff? I had it right here. Oh, right here. Okay, here we go. So I'm just gonna cut a little piece off. It's just something I just picked up at a craft store, probably Joann's or somewhere, knowing me. I don't know. Meyer even carries this kind of stuff. Constantly picking up little things like that when I see it. All right, I'm just gonna do a little bow. Maybe. Oh, what did I do? Cut it too short? Or it's just my nerves getting the better of me here. Seriously, Tabitha, why can't you make a bow right now? Anyway, I don't want to bore you with me watching me try to make a bow. I usually don't have any issues with this. I don't get it. It's just been one of those nights. Here we go. All right. So I just decide how big I want my bow. And there you go. And I'm just gonna glue it right down. Let's put a few little dots right in the center there. Glue it in. That's what I like about this glue. It's called Aqua. It dries clear. It goes on clear and it dries clear. So you don't have to worry. And it's super permanent. There you go. And there is my first card. So one of the things though that I do, I was talking earlier about like I like to save a lot of strips and such. I'm not gonna design it. I'm not gonna put it together here, but I just want to show you what I do in the inside of these. I just love this. I just have a good time with it. I used my circle and I actually what I do with my stuff, my scraps. Oh, weird. Okay. Oh. I don't know. I guess I just totally like lost my, I thought I had some more scraps left. I've had to have. I don't know. I actually, what I did was I took my my circle and I actually just circled one of these, and that's how I created this on the middle here. And like I said, I just strips upon strips, and this actually, which I used the wrong, I used the wrong border down here. That's why this would end up being different. And look, I got ink on it. Darn it. But this, you know, we could put on the inside. This card, when I'm deciding on what side color paper do I want to make my cards, I tend to try to stick with having a lighter color on the inside. That way, when you're writing in it, it's easy to see. This particular card, it's dark on both sides, and you don't find that very often with a Kiwi kit card. But so what I decided to do with this particular one is I actually used a photo, and I cut out a 5 or 4x5 just in white paper, and I put it right on the inside of the card, and then I just designed with more strips and things like that. It's really fun. You just can get really creative in the inside of them too, with scraps. That was really strange because I know I had some more paper left over, and I don't know where I sat it down at. Anyway, and I rarely make the same card twice, and I'm only doing that for this demonstration just because I wanted to create it first, because sometimes, these cards can take 10-15 minutes to make if you follow exactly what this design is here. That literally, you could have a card done in 15-20 minutes tops. That's what I love about this system. You can just follow along, just, this is a tiny strip, which I don't think they sell tiny strips anymore. Well, as you can see though, I just use my cutter to cut those strips. And guess what? I just found my paper. And this is what I got. This is exactly what I used to make that circle. Isn't that funny? So it actually has to be a little bit, oh shoot. I don't know why I just started talking about this again, but it's because I found it and I got excited. So that's how I made that circle. Boom, popped it out, and that's what I used on the inside of that card right here. Is that right there? But anyway, what I was saying is this play to create system, you can take as short of time or as long as time. I typically, when I'm designing a card, I'm not gonna fib or anything. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. Sometimes it'll take me 2 hours to make one card, just because of the simple fact that I am just picky. I'm being creative. I want to do something different. But again, it's my time just to decompress after being at work. And so, sometimes I just spend a lot of time just designing first, and then I'll design it, and then I'll get it all calm. No, I don't like that. And then I just, sometimes it can take a little while, but it doesn't have to. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And that's why I went ahead and created and designed all of my cards that I'm going to show you tonight. First, I thought I would just go ahead and design that first one again so you can see how fast it came together. Wasn't too long. If I wasn't explaining, I could have did it quicker, but that's okay. All right, so I'm gonna put this card aside. And the next card I'm gonna design is found on page 81. Sometimes I'm messy and I just want to get this stuff out of my way. Okay, I'm gonna use that one again, so I'm gonna put him away. Okay, so on page 81, I'm slipping through, and the next card that it was in this kit. So this kit actually comes with 10 cards, and each sleeve, which here's a sleeve. You get 5 of these sleeves. There's 2 cards in the sleeve. So you can make 10 cards. It's just so much fun. So this was the other part of what was in the same sleeve as the card that I just made. And so wait a second. I grabbed the wrong card here. Actually, on page 93. Sorry, I gave you the wrong page number. '93. So when I saw this, again, I tend to start out with what is my sentiment? What shape is it? This one, I wanted to just do a straight across strip again, just because, I mean, I could have used a template and traced around it and made it smaller, but it just made more sense to me that I'm just going to use this strip across. So when I came across page 93 and I saw a very happy birthday here, I really like this design. It was so much fun to work on this design. So I will show you what I ended up creating. I don't have it all put together, but I have it all cut out. This is what I came up with. Okay, I got all of the templates ready to go here. This is what I ended up creating from this. This is what I made with it. And actually, I already glued this one all together. So I'm not really gonna take the time. But you can see I used Blissful. Right here's the border. I used Explore T or 4T, and right there is the arrow. Here is now in here they used Wacky 3T for the, looks like a sun. I actually wanted to use a cloud looking because the sentiment says hope your day is on cloud 9. So I wanted it to look more like a cloud. So I decided to use Wacky 2T, which is right there behind it all. And then I use Celebrate here, here, and then again back there. Hope you can see all this is kind of blending together. It looks like I'm looking at Facebook right now. But that's, maybe if I take a dark paper. I don't have one handy. Anyway, I have a lot more cards that I want to show you. I just didn't want to spend a lot of time cutting, inking, gluing when I could show you more designs. So I don't know if, I hope you can see this. Looks like looks like we can. So I'm just kind of looking at Facebook while I'm trying to collect my next thoughts. So I did this strip. Just cut it out using my cutter and just cut it out, put it here. And then I ended up with this one. I ended up not with enough like different color paper, because as you can see here, they used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different kinds of paper. And in that kit, I didn't quite have that many patterns. So this was actually left over from another kit that I had done. So that's how I created that other color within the kit is here. And then I ended up needing another color for the arrow. So I just used another scrap from another kit. And that's one thing, I always end up with a ton of scraps. And then I try to use them as I fall short. Most of the time we don't fall short with these kits though. As you can see, I ended up putting a little twine on this balloon, and this one I did wrap around it. As you can see here, I don't know if you can see that real good, but I just wrapped it around and tied it in a little knot. And here is the inside that I ended up with. That was really fun to create. Okay, let me get this stuff out of the way. Oh, the cloud too ended up being a different color. Then I had another scrap that I used. So as you can see, here is that template. Don't need a huge piece, so just finding, you know, something that I just felt like is a cloud color, and I just put it back there, and there we go. That was on page 93. Here, the happy birthday template. Okay, next I'm gonna move on. As I promised, I didn't want to, you know, bore you too much. Okay. Next one I did is on page 125. And here is the next sleeve. And as I mentioned earlier, you get a lot of paper in these, enough to make 2 cards. Here's your 2 card stack to make to fold. And then we had this sentiment, we had the happy birthday and the hello. Am I out of order here? I might be out of order. I don't think so. Let's see. So let me go to page 125. I mean, this book is just right full of ideas. If you haven't gotten this book yet, I just highly recommend it. If you're a card maker, you just cannot go wrong. Like I've mentioned, I mean, you can just create what you see, or you can just take one idea from what you see and just go with your own thoughts and ideas and just create something completely different. All right, on page 125, if I get there. Oh, yeah, this celebrate right here. That's a really cute idea of a card. So in the card kit, congratulations on your amazing news. And this was the first time that I actually made this kit too. I had a lot of fun just preparing for tonight. And I just had fun with it. And as I said, you know, when I saw this card here, and I have made this card before exactly the way it is with the same paper and everything. Can't remember what the paper was called, but it was another kit that is now discontinued. But you can use any paper though. And this is a prime example because now I have this kit that I'm gonna pretty much do close to the same idea. So what I decided to do was I wanted to stick with the tiny accent 5, or that's explore. I apologize. Tiny accents is on this particular card that I'm looking at in the book here. But what I'm talking about is this gauge, I guess, if you want to call it. I don't know if that's the right name for it. But I explore, if you can see that, explore 5T is that. So I decided I was gonna do that. Then I was gonna use thoughts, thoughtful 3B, which I stuck right to the same idea out of the idea book. Took all of my guesswork out of it. This actually had a strip on the paper with these cute little elephants. So I just used this in the design. And then explore 2T for the sentiment. So here is what I came up with. I have it all cut out. Like I said, I didn't want to spend a lot of time cutting. I wanted to spend more time showing you what I designed. And this cute little elephant paper. Oh, so cute. Love it. This is all out of this paper is all out of the same kit. I mean, it all comes in there. The colors all just go so well. And then I decided I was gonna put this elephant strip on the top here. And I am going to do that. And this is gonna go right in the middle of it. So as you can see, the same design, different paper. And it just, it looks, it's just makes it different. I wish I would have inked it all. I didn't ink it all. Okay. I did cut it all, but I didn't ink it all. Oh. Hope you're all like communicating. If you can see your everybody's comments. Maybe you're answering each other's questions. I'm so sorry. I wish I don't know what I did differently so I couldn't see the comments. Would have liked to have said hi. Well, hi everybody. I don't need to actually see your comments to say hi, but wanted to be a little more interactive than this. Okay, so that is done. Okay. I'm gonna try to just go really fast because I actually have 9 designs that I have finished cutting out and just wanted to have ready to go to share. Gotta remember, I only have this little square area here that you can see my hands. So when I lean back, you ain't gonna see me. So Okay, there's that. That's inked, that's inked. Ink this. This time I'm just gonna ink everything all at once before I start sticking it all together. Gluing it, adhesiving it, taping, whatever you want to call it. I actually do like to use adhesive that you just kind of roll out. And I bought some because I had run out of it. And funny story is I I pulled it out of the package, and and what I discovered was I bought the refills. I didn't have the actual container or the holder to use it. It was like right here. So this type permanent adhesive, this Tombow mono adhesive permanent, you know, the type you can roll out. Yeah, I just bought the refill. Oh, I was like, that's not gonna work. And then I just decided, and again, like I mentioned earlier, lately I just been using two-sided tape anyway. It just seems to be a type of adhesive that doesn't come apart very easily. And I don't think I need to do this side, but just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm going really fast. And usually, I mean, I ink my stuff a lot more than this, to be honest with you. I just, again, don't want to sit here for 2 hours and bore you as you're watching me ink. But it is the part of the system, and it is very important to me to get it all done. It really makes the card pop. A lot of times I will ink all the way around the whole card. If we have time, I'll show you some more cards that I created that I just have already done. Do a little show and tell. But we'll see if we have time or not. That's gonna go there, and that's gonna go there. See how that just pops with that ink? That's what I just love. Did I ink this one? Doesn't seem like it did very much. It's not popping like I like it too. There we go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this glued down. Here's another trick I wanted to share. What I tend to do is I tend to like just put it all down. Okay, this, I need to get this guy in here. As you can see, this was like left over from, I had cut out probably a border, and that's the beauty of paper. That's what I was talking about earlier, is it's just so user friendly as far as like, if you make a mistake, I mean, I have literally like not had enough paper like to create the, you know, like to cut out a design. I mean, I've had like this much paper on this side, and then I've used another one and then cut it out, try to match it up and cut it out, cut the rest of it off and just stick it together. It's like naked to the eye. That's what I love about paper crafts, because if you make a mistake, you'll probably be the only one that knows that you made that mistake. So anyway, the tip I wanted to share is I'm gonna just set it all down, get it all exactly where I want to get it. Like this guy, because he's not all there, I want to make sure that he's exposed exactly how I want him to be, which is gonna be like inside this other, I don't know what they call them, gauge, I don't know I can't remember what it's called. This Explorer 5T template gauge, or I don't know. Anyway, so I'm gonna get it just so, And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up, and because this is going to be hidden, I'm going to just trace this underneath here. And this is exactly where I'm going to want him. So never going to see it. So I'm going to put a line there. So when I go to put that back down, I'm going to know exactly where I need to put this back. And I think I could probably, maybe round it a little bit around the corner if you need to know exactly. So now I know exactly where I need to put this. Go ahead and put one more here. Put it down here. My line. This too, the tape, you probably can't see it, but I actually have tape off this. Nobody is ever gonna see it. Never gonna see it. So I'm just gonna go like that. And I'm gonna, where I traced it, I'm just gonna place it right where I traced it. That way I know exactly where it goes, and it takes the guesswork out of it. And then when I go to put it back down, boom, it's there. Same thing, I could do another one here, so I know exactly where I'm gonna put that. Never gonna see it. I don't know if I'm getting out of the view here. I need to stay in that square. There's my oh, see right here, you can see a little bit there. So I'm gonna actually bring this down a little bit from that line that I just made. Make sure that that's all good to go. And it's all covered. Well, I hope you guys are creating some fun stuff. Maybe you could post it on here afterwards, what you've created while I'm showing you my cards that I'm making. That'd be fun to see what you're working on. I'm gonna use glue for this little small strip here. I could have used my two-sided tape, but I'm just feeling led to use the glue. What I like about this glue is that it slides around. So, I can slide it to exactly get it right where I want it on that edge. And then this is where I was gonna ask your opinion, but can't see your comments. So this, in this card design here, it shows that this sentiment is like off to the side, like this. I was gonna ask your opinion if you like it better in the middle, or if you like it on going sideways like this. I personally chose to put it, I'm gonna choose to put it in the middle. I like it there. So let's see how just changing one little thing, how it just completely changes the looks of the card. It's so much fun to create these. Because this one's gonna be on the very top of a maw. I put a little extra tape on there, and then I'm a little bit OCD. So I want to make sure it's like just right in the center of all of this. I could slide it up slightly, but I think I like this peeking out. So I think that's a winner right there. Done. That's so cute. Now these gauges or whatever they're called, I could have moved these to the center too, but I kind of just wanted to, I stuck with this design in the book. And I think it's so cute. And then I had some leftovers. So I can actually make, I won't take the time right now to ink and do that, but I could put this in the middle or in this little guy, however I want to do it. I use these a lot. These come in the kits, these little color circles. They come in the kits a lot. I tend to use them inside the card more than anything, so that I could create something like that. And what I try to do when I'm thinking about what do I want to put on the inside is I look at what did I do on the outside, and I try to stick with those same colors and patterns. So we have orange, we have blue, we have, we have this design, we have a lot of different designs. So this is not exactly the same orange, but it did come in the kit in that same two cards sleeve. So it's the same color as this. So I thought I'm going to use orange on the inside. I'm going to bring this blue in, and I'm going to bring that green in. And that is probably how I would do that. Now you can also, like, I have made cards where I've put this design on the top of here, and then it gives you more space to write. I've made them on the bottom, and kept it to the bottom of the card. Your creative juices are endless with these. It's so much fun. Good. So there's that card. All right. The next card, didn't end up using him, so I'll just end up using him maybe later. That's funny. I call my scraps hymns and she's. That's funny. All right. The next one that I designed is on page 7. This one was really fun. So the paper, it's like baby paper. Same way with this one that I just made. Congratulations on your amazing news. And then it's got the elephants. So to me, this is a card for, somebody just found out they're going to have a baby. And so that it's just perfect for it. And that's what I would, who I would give that card to. Or, it could be congratulations on your amazing news, could be any news, but it just seems to, with the theme of the elephants and stuff, it kind of goes with a new baby, as well as the same card paper that is in it. It's the sentiment is welcome little one. So that is exactly, to me, this screams like baby shower card. So what I did was, when I was looking through the book, I'm like, okay, I want an idea for, what am I going to do with this sentiment? Again, I always start with the sentiment. Wrong, right, or indifferent, I don't know. I just look for what template will work with that sentiment. What will it fit in? So on page 7, I found this really cute card. And right here, it's so cute. Love it. It says bundle of joy. So this is where I took my idea and kind of ran with it, with this welcome little one. So this is what I ended up with. Now I'll show you how I put it all together. Sentiment, yeah. Oh, I went with a totally different border too. This one actually is sincerely. but I ended up going with Sentiment 1A with this. I decided most of the time I make my cards this way, but sometimes I'll turn it and I'll make my cards up and down, a tall card instead of a wide card. So I use Sentiment, and I cut that out. I don't know how, I must have got off somehow. Oh, there we go. So here, and I actually flipped it around and used it again on my paper when I was cutting my paper out. But this time I made it a little wider, and I made it a little wider on one side. That's what's fun about this too, is, you know, you can take these templates and you can make them, you know, you can cut, I could have cut it here and made it narrow, but I decided to leave extra and make it wider strip. So anyway, that's what I used. And then I put it like this. I think I completely went rogue on this one, but that rattle is what inspired me. And then again, I use strips like crazy, and I like to layer strips on strips on strips. And here's that. And then here is that charm one. I love this little template. Again, I use him a lot. That one's a him. It should be a she because it's a girl, it's a flower, but hey, guys like flowers too. And this is the card that is going to come out. This is what that'll look like. This one, it took me a little bit because the rattle, you know, I was like trying to figure out with the sentiment, you know, I'm really big on, a lot of times I'll make my sentiments go sideways, but most of the time, there's my OCD again kicking in. I like it just being straight up and down. So that's why I angled the rattle. And then I used some string. And actually I went around the whole thing with that one to make it. Actually, what I did was I went around it, and then I glued one of those bows right on top of what I had already twined around. So there's that. So let me put this together really quick here. That's what it's going to look like. Oh, if I would have been forward thinking, I could have inked all this ahead of time. But that's okay. This is therapeutic for me too. Okay, there's that. Don't need to do this middle because again, that strip is going to cover it. The strip will be seen all the way around, so I'm going to have to do all sides. I don't know if you can see this. I can't say enough about these green Daubers. They just hold up immensely. I would have already by now, even after just using three or putting, I don't know how many cards I just put together so far, 3 cards. I would have already been shedding with with the brown one. And I'm not bashing it or anything, but I'm just saying that I'm so glad that they introduced us to new daubers. This one, just the sponge seems to really hold up so much better. And the other one, it would just flake off and then it would end up on my card and then I would be mad at myself. And anyway, so there's that. And this is a brand new one too that I started with today. So usually I don't have to ink as much because it's just soaked with ink already. It seems like I've been having to dab it more than normal. That. That's okay. I'm just thankful that it holds up and doesn't shed. Again, that's what's so fun about Kiwi Lane, you know, and being a creative partner. I don't have to sell. I'm just sharing. I'm sharing that I love this Dauber. And I'm saying, hey, check it out. I'm sharing that I love this charm. I use those, they're just so, you know, the whole kit, the whole charm accessory set is just so small and dainty. Most of them are smaller for cards, you know. And I had already inked this. I already put the bow on it. So there we go. Now I'm gonna figure out exactly where do I want this? Where do I want this? Do I want the, see this curve here? Do I want that to hang off that a little bit? I think I like that. Or I could have moved it over and had, you know, see that it just makes a different look. I really like that. So I think I'm gonna put these right here. And again, I'm gonna make myself a line so I know right where to stick it down. I think that's maybe another one right in the center here. Oop, I do. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna get that right on the edge. Somehow the tape got off a little bit. So that's one thing with this tape. I mean, you can just fold it over and you'll never know. I think I just got this off a little. Oh boy. Ah, it's gonna tear the paper underneath. At least it's underneath. Again, blind to the eye. Nobody will ever know. My sleeves keep rolling down, getting in my way. My husband and I built our house. It'll be a year that we've been in it in March. Oh, we got so lucky. When, you know, in our state in Michigan, our governor completely shut us down and nobody, except for essential workers, could go to work on March 23rd of last year. And our house, we were set to close. That was on a Monday when that was announced. We were set to close on our house that Thursday. And our builder called us up and said, we don't know if we're going to be open on Thursday. So I'm coming to your, I'll meet you at the house tonight and we're closing. And it was such a blessing because, you know, while we were home, actually my husband ended up, well, we ended up having, when we got to work from home for a little while, but we actually got into our house. And anyway, where I'm going with that story is in the basement of our house. It's not finished. We did not have heat put in the basement because we weren't planning on doing anything with it right away. So gets a little chilly down here, but it's private. I got my own space down here. I love it. I'm just kind of talking as I'm working here. Isn't that what we ladies do when we're cropping? Just kind of share our lives. My aunt that I mentioned, she was the one that introduced me to paper crafts. We just went to a weekend crop. We rented a whole house. It's called Be Creative. Here in Michigan, it's a retreat, Be Creative retreat. We rented the whole house. There was like 12 of us. And if I have time, I'll show you the cards I made at that. That was like New Year's Day. So that was how we started. I started my year. I was just like, oh, we just had so much fun. So I really enjoy the community. And by the way, if you haven't already checked out our community on kiwilane.com, you should check it out. We're starting to build communities. There actually is different groups. There's a scrapbook group. There's the card making group. We have DIY group. I hope Susan's happy. I'm kind of plug-in, but I'm really excited about the community. And I hope that maybe we can get more people in there and start sharing our work, our ideas. Because again, we don't have to just get ideas from this book. We can get ideas from each other. So that's what I love about this hobby. It's just everybody is so nice and everybody just likes to share. It's just amazing. When I was at that retreat with my aunt, they do they have some of Kiwi Lane, but they do their own thing too. But I was like just making all these cards, and I did do some pages too, some scrap pages. The reason why I do love, the reason I don't do so much scrapbook pages as I do cards is I'm really bad about printing off my pictures. I'm just really bad about that. So I'll make these pages and I won't have pictures to put in. I tell myself eventually I'm gonna get pictures in those. And it's like, okay, when are you gonna go get those developed? Okay, there is the card. Oh shoot, you know what I did? Oh, there's my OCD. See what I did? I made this welcome little one a little sideways. And I could try to get it off here. I don't know though. Oh, I know. Oh, okay. I didn't rip the paper, thank goodness. Okay, I'm gonna redo this because that's my OCD. I like it to be up and down. There we go. There we go. There's that. And then I had leftover scraps for the inside, and I don't know. I didn't know what I was gonna do with this. I thought maybe I could put something up here, maybe do this, and then maybe do another flower with this right here. I actually used my 1-inch die, or I don't know, what do you call these things? See, I'm not really good at the what things are called, but I actually found this off from the, where is it? I don't know. I didn't pull out all of the pages, the paper. Oh, anyway, it was on one of the card ideas. Like you know how they give us the ideas? It was actually like one of the, like, it's obviously not this one, but it's on one of those. I just cut it out cut it with this cutter, and now I can use it on the inside of this card. It's the same thing it says on the outside, welcome little one. So that would be cute. You could put it here, you could put it at the bottom. Again, you know, our creativity can run as wild as we want it to. So that's kind of like what I was thinking. But I think what I'll end up doing is putting it up here. And then we also have some templates for, what do you call it? Oh, why isn't it escaping me? Journaling. Our journaling. So this is brand new, quirky. Newer anyway. That's not the one I was thinking of though. Expressions. So I could actually, I have done this before in my cards, because sometimes it's like, I can write in this, but I might end up writing that sideways and not, you know, in my OCD and such. What I could do is I could actually take one of these here. I'd probably want to do this. That's probably exactly what I would do. Is I would either I would take paper and cut it, and then I would then draw my lines. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I just want to see how that's going to turn out. I just want to show you what I'm talking about. A lot of times I will just use a pencil. I'll use a marker, and I will just trace these on the insides of these cards. I've never used this one before, this template. First time. I wish I could see your comments, because I would actually like to ask how many of us are collectors of templates. I would raise my hand and I would say, I have to have every single template. That's why I'm a Kiwi Club member too, because we get exclusive templates. Now with this, I could have actually just colored in the whole square, but I just decided just to stay on one side. And then I am just gonna trace this. Boom. Now I have, and I did it a little crooked because I'm in a hurry, but now I actually have a place just so I can just write a little note here on the inside of this card. And I would probably put that right about there or so. So when you open it up, boom. I'd probably, actually what I'll probably do is I'll probably go back over it with a marker of some sort. I don't know where they are right off. Anyway, okay, moving on. All right. So there's welcome little one. This is our accessories expressions. Do journaling, not just for, I know people use these a lot with their scrap pages, but actually Oh, you know what? Look what I did. I completely messed that up because this is a card that goes this way. And I should have did that like this. Oh man. Huh. I don't know if I'll be able to fix that. I can fix that because what I can do is I can take and I can put a piece of paper on the inside. I could try to erase this, but I don't know. You might be able to see it. Not too bad, I guess. I don't know if I'm getting out of the square here. Anyway, I'm gonna have to fix that because I really did a doozy on that one because I should have put it this way and that would have fit perfect in there. And then I could have put this on the side here like this. And that would have been the inside of my card. Oh boy. Oh well. It happens. I know that I'll fix it because I'll erase it or I'll just put paper right over top of it. That's the beauty of working with paper. It's never ruined. It's just, it's time to change it up a little bit, kind of a thing. So I will fix that later. Okay. Moving on here. I'll get that out of the way. I try to keep my templates and my stuff out of the way when I end up, this is actually clean for me. And I'm going, where are my scissors? So, but today I'm being good just for your sake. All right, next card. I wonder what time it is too. Let's see. I don't know if I can't even see the time. Oh, I've been on for an hour and a half. I see that. So I gotta move it along so I can show you some more card ideas. All right, next one that I created was or is, I should say, on page 28. Okay, this one was really fun. So I seen this card right here. It's got a cute little bird. It says wonderful in every way on the bird. So I don't know, this card sparked my creativity. What I ended up doing, and this was for the sentiment was hello. So I thought I could do the bird with hello, but then it ended up the bird didn't really fit. So I decided to use a bracket. I use this bracket right here to make this. I ended up having to cut it down a little bit, but yeah, that's what I did. And then I liked how I liked this behind it and only had one behind it. But I ended up, I looked at that and I was like, to me, it just wasn't wide enough. So then I ended up using Delight 5 instead of Delight 4 is what I ended up using. As you can see here, already cut out. And so goes here. And then here I am with my strips again. I decided I want to put a strip right down the middle of this one. And then I did stick with the flowers, the springtime and the accent, tiny accent too, and springtime. And so this is what I ended up with. So this, and again, I love to layer, especially flowers. So this just says hello. So it could be for any reason, a card to just because, and boom. This is what I end up with once I get it all together. I have like 4 more cards. I'll go ahead and do this one and we'll see how it all ends up looking. Show you. Okay. Again, these flowers, even though it's a little difficult to get, in the crack, I don't actually have to go in the crack. I just get as close as I can, and then it ends up bending the flower petal up. So when you're done with it, it just gives it a more of a, 3D dimension. I think that's what you call it. It's just more of a dimension. It's not just off flat. Hope you're all like communicating in there with comments and commenting on each other's what you guys are working on. And I want to make not only do I want to show you what I'm designing, but again, this is for all of us, our crop time. It's my me time. Usually I got music going and, just sitting here, just trying not to think about, life. Work. Work is really what gets my crawl. Sometimes it can be really stressful being in HR, especially with, this pandemic. It's like, and we had two positive COVIDs in the last 2 days, our employees. So in HR, we all have to, we have to do the contact tracing, and it's just been one heck of a year. I'm not complaining. It's just life, but this hobby, this, Kiwi Lane gives me that avenue to just forget it and just, decompress, relax. And that's why I like this so much. Nancy, if you're on, thank you so much for introducing me to this. I know it's been, I can't believe it's already been, 2017. I think I joined in like, I don't know, November of 2017. My first crop, it was in October of 17. Met Nancy, and here I am, still at it. Here we go. And there we go. And see how it's just the dimensions of the flowers. It's just like, oh, that's so cute. Hello. Have a flower. Oh, I forgot a strip. Oh boy, don't do that. It's kind of weird talking to, I'm talking to you all, but can't hear anybody talking back. It's just a different experience. I recommend, if you're a Kiwi creative partner, I recommend trying this experience out and hosting one of these events. It's fun. I'm having fun. I was so nervous, but I'm okay. It's just strange, like talking to myself, and I know you're all hearing me, but and there that card is. For the sake of time, I think I'm just gonna tape that all together later. The inside, I ended up with some scraps. And this is, this is gonna be fun. Thought maybe I could do something like, I don't know, like this. I don't know if I like that or not. I'll mess with it. That's not bad. Do double? No, I don't know. We'll see how it ends up. And I'll post pictures later of how I ended up with it. But anyway, so that card is done. Just gotta put it all together. All right, I'll set that aside. I don't know if you'll be able to see that in there. All right, moving on. I am going to, the next one I created was on page 81. Oh, this is another birthday one. Page 81. Gotta get everything out of my way here. Okay. Oh yeah. This is so cute. Again, I love that little bird, but again, what I was focusing on is my sentiment. And what I ended up with is my birthday. Happy birthday. And let's see what time it is. I only got 20 more minutes. I don't want to keep you over. So I am gonna just show you, not ink anything of what I ended up figuring out here. There's those strips again. So as you can see from the example, it's a little different. I did use the Breezy. This is Breezy. This must be Breezy 3A. I don't have the, for some reason, I don't have the template right here, but so the idea book showed me that, to have it up here, but I don't know, me and my OCD, I guess I could move birthday up, and it's coming off the card a little. So what I decided to do was I decided to move this right down here and put another strip right here. And then my balloons, I got 2 balloons that are gonna go right there instead of the bird. Happy birthday. And again, you can be creative as you want, because I could decide that maybe I want these balloons to be underneath these strips. Like so. But I think I like them the other way better. So I'm gonna stick with my original plan, and then it'll end up being like this. And I'll probably put some twine. You can also put maybe something like that in the middle if you want. I think I'll just end up sticking to this design right here. And I put a little, I just made this, I'm losing my noodle here. Now, if I could see everybody's comments, I'm sure people are probably screaming at me saying what this little thing is, but it's like a ribbon. But I'm trying to think of our templates and it's escaping me right now. But we have some like that, but I actually just freehanded that one because it's real small and just thought it, I could do without it. But I just thought it was cute. Add a little bit more design to it. And voila, that is what that's going to look like. And I have, again, a ton of scrap leftovers. This one, because the balloons are going up, it'll probably end up on the bottom. I'll probably end up doing something like this. And I use this 1-inch circle cutter die, whatever, I don't remember what it's called, all the time, just to fancy up the insides. You guys are all probably laughing at me. She don't know her terms. I'm trying. It's been a long week. I tell you, I had a rough week. Like I said, at work with dealing with employees getting sick and it's just, my brain is fried at this point on a Friday night. Usually I'm probably sleeping by now, actually. But I wanted to do this tonight. It's a lot of fun. Okay, the next one that I did is on page 151. This one turned out really super cute. I don't know how many people are on here yet. I might have lost half of you or more, boring you, but I hope not. I hope you've been enjoying seeing what I've made. Okay. This card is what I decided to create. I know my light is kind of, I didn't notice that. My light's kind of making everything like shiny. This is what I decided to do. And this one, oh, so cute. It's it turned out really good. Show you what I end up doing with the templates. It's got a lot of pieces to it. I had scraps left over. On the inside, I'll probably do one of those. I'll probably put a tape on the inside, something like that, because I think it's a little dark to be writing on. And then I have these leftovers. And then I just wanted to show you real quick, that I had, and that's the same color. So I'll probably end up doing something like, I don't know. Anyway, I'll have to figure that out later. But I got one of these, another one of these, and I'm just gonna do something kind of like that. Probably would be good enough on the inside. But I want to show you the outside. That's the cutest part. What I ended up doing, what I came up with using this idea, inspiration, is this is the wonderful in every way. That is so cute. I use the exact same templates to create this for my design. It was a little tricky at first trying to figure out how to do this. What I ended up doing was I used this. Maybe I don't know if you can see this very good, but this is Wild Side 2B. And I used that. And then I ended up using Wild Side 2A and flipped it upside down. And I traced it on that paper sentiment. And that is how I ended up with that design. That is so cute. I love it. So then I wanted to stick with the same. Oh, I forget what why am I drawing a blank? I've been at this since 2017. I shouldn't be so dense. But what do we call these? Starts with an S. I don't know. Anyway, this is template. This is Frolic 4. I use that to do the top of that. And just like I stuck to the true design here, and I actually made a second layer underneath. Then I didn't have it in the design, but I had this left over, and I decided I'm gonna put it right down here and make that just like so. And then I got to thinking, okay, I've done a lot of flowers. I think I want to switch it up a little and do something other than a flower here. Like this design had a flower in it. So what I did was I used our heart to heart a la carte, and I am gonna put a heart right there, and then another one right there. That is so cute. Love it. That's gonna look really good when I gotta get it all inked and put down. So and then of course the a la carte heart to heart, it's got the inside, so that's where these hearts come from. You can turn it, flip it, and get the hearts going in different ways. So that's exactly how that's gonna look when I get it all down. So cute. I love it. Okay, now I'm gonna share with you next. I got a couple more that I have put together like this. I didn't quite get all 10 cards designed. I tried really hard, but that's okay. I'm sharing with you what I have done. On page 83, took the inspiration from, let me see, what did I take the inspiration from? Oh, yeah, this card right here. It's so cute. Again, looking at the sentiment, and this sentiment actually has, you know, it's already designed all the way across. And I guess I could have did something different, but I wanted to stick to I wanted to use the whole thing. So I decided I wanted to find a card that had it all the way across again, and this one did. So this was my inspiration. And let's see if I can figure out how I put this together. This one had a lot of pieces and parts too. So I have, okay. All right, let's see, got this, that. What did I do? Okay, yep. Oh, no, I missed a piece. Okay. Something like that. That's so cute. Then I didn't stop there. Me and my strips. I decided I was gonna add another dimension, another layer, and another one there. But hey, I'm not done yet. I want to add another one. And that is what that card's gonna end up being like. Isn't that is so darling? I love it. Today is your day. That could be used for anything, you know. Somebody's having friend's having a bad day. I ended up with a lot of extra strips inside. I don't know what I'll do with those, but I just put them in there for now, and I will design that later. Anyway, oh, it just fell apart. Bummer. anyway, I think you got the idea though. Once I get these all together, I'm gonna take pictures and I'm gonna put them either, I'll probably put them in both places. I'll probably put them here. In this one, I'll find the recording. And then I'll also gonna put it in the community under the cards. So I will have that done. Hopefully by the end of this weekend. So make sure you get into the community and check out the final cards, how I made it. Oh, this one I already put all together. This was really fun. This last card that I want to show you, and we're at 1:56, been at this almost 2 hours. So this will be the last one I'll show. This one on page 74. This one took me a while to figure out the design of it, just because I took one little tiny idea from this book and I ran with it. This right here is the design that struck me. I love it. I mean, because you could do this design two ways. You can take this template and just cut this out and put it just put it right on the top and then put the butterfly. Or what they did is they actually taped it on the inside, or adhesive on the inside, and this actually is cut, the card itself. So what I did, I came up with a pretty cool idea. This is Oh Happy Day. And as you can see, I took and again used all the way across, because they had design all the way across. And instead of taping it on the actual card, I cut it all out and I doubled it up. And these are really small strips. That's not complete strip under there. Put it in there. And then I, as you can see, did it here too. I'll show you really quick. And the funny thing is I only used 2 templates for this whole thing. It looks like not, but I did. I used Blissful and I used our a la carte hot air balloon for obviously the balloon. But this right here, I cut it out like that. I just traced sentiment. Actually, it took me a minute to find a border that would work with this sentiment, because the sentiment that the Frolic 2A that the idea book gave me did not work with it. It covered, I would have been cutting Oh Happy Day off. So I actually went through and looked for a template that would work. Ended up with Blissful 2B, and see how that just worked perfectly. It was just cool. And then actually ended up cutting quite a few strips from this design, including the card itself on the outside. Traced it and just cut that completely off. And used the balloon pattern paper, made my hot air balloon, and decided to put a heart in the middle and that bow again. But that was Oh Happy Day. And that was, this Oh Happy Day. And again, 10 cards in here. And all the cards that I made, you can probably recognize the patterns, paper that I used. If you haven't already got this kit, I highly recommend it. And That, ladies, is 2 hours. As promised, I didn't want to go over. I wanted to show you some other cards that I made. I will really quick, I guess, for those who want to hang out. These are the cards that I made over that crop weekend that I was talking to you about, that I went with my aunt to the Be Creative. So I used, which I don't think we can get these kits anymore, so I'm not gonna show you what kit it is, but you could use any papers. These are more like, thank you so much. My heart is with you today. Inside of that, love and hugs. Again, all of these came from this design book. I'm not even joking. I mean, I literally got this book. I don't even remember out when it first came out. Maybe fall is when this book came out. Maybe I'm wrong. And I have been designing cards out of it ever since. Here's you are a whole lot of lovely. That was fun. I made a lot of, again, my layers over layers over layers in the inside. Happy ever after. That was fun with all the different hearts, and that's the inside. I love the person you are inside. Hoping your day is as special as you are. There's so much love about you. With love. There's those layers upon layers, flowers. And there's that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if there's any guys online, sorry I couldn't see who was here. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you had fun creating your projects. Again, share those in the community if you will, or on this Facebook page. Susan asked me to share something. I hope I remember this right. Hashtag create with Kiwi Lane. I don't remember what she told me to do with that. Sorry, Susan. And then we have these weekly crafting events. Check out the events calendar. You can find that at kiwilane.com. And that's all I have. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye now.